Today, we become legends.
Hey, my name's Inter, welcome back to the channel, and of course, right as I release a video for today, Hi-Res piled the 11.2 bonus balance notes. So we're doing a double video today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the grind, and yeah, let's just jump right in. It's a fairly small patch, but some important changes. So first up, Golden Shard, they have decreased the minion damage from 25 to 15. So pretty big nerf there. That is, you know, almost half as effective as it was before in terms of wave clear and stuff. Obviously, this was one of the stronger shards. You know, Golden Gooseberries as a recipe from last season was already very popular and really good on a lot of auto attackers. This you get from the start of the game. It's not as strong as Gooseberries was. I think Gooseberries was 50% to minions. But the fact that this comes online at level 1, like, those first few levels is really where, like, clear speed matters the most, because once you get, you know, your main clear ability max, it doesn't matter anywhere near as much. So it really was a huge impact to have this at level 1 versus Golden Gooseberries coming online a lot later than that. And yeah, I would say this was definitely an outlier in terms of the shards that was, you know, no one was picking up Wing Shard. You were just almost always going Golden Shard. Maybe in non-conquest modes you were going Wing Shard, but in conquest, Golden Shard was just the way. And so yeah, that's taking a nerf, completely reasonable. Transcendence, they have increased the damage required per stack from 700 to 800, so it's going to be a little bit harder to stack overall. You need to do 5,000 more total damage. Of course, that's 2,500 to gods. You get double from gods. And they list here the main reason is that physical mid laners are becoming extremely popular because mages are pretty weak right now. They say they're going to address this in an upcoming patch. So probably in like 10.3 or 10.4 or whatever, we're going to see some more major overhauls to like how mages are performing overall, because obviously when they lost their class bonus, that hurt them a lot. And also like nerfs to their item pool sort of, and some specific mages as well coming out at the end of last year when they were dominating solo lane. They've kind of been pushed out of mid a little bit, and that's why this changes here. Transcendence for junglers is kind of fine, but this does nerf the item for them a little bit. Fail Not, they have taken 5 power and 5% crit away from the item. Yeah, Fail Not, a ridiculously stat efficient item, it always has been. Honestly, I would rather see them just take one of the stats off of it. You know, it has power, crit, percent pen, cooldown, all absolutely amazing stats for the characters that use this item. It's basically a better Jotun's Wrath for those kind of characters. It's just a Jotun's Wrath, but you trade the flat pen for percent pen, and you get crit with it as well, just completely for free. 20% crit thrown on there, or 15% now. So yeah, definitely justifiable nerf here. I would almost rather see them like take off the percent pen, or maybe take off the cooldown and then like buff up the percent pen. Make this like a 20% pen option, but it has no cooldown, or just take the percent pen off and leave it with 20% cooldown. It just has way too many insanely good stats on it, but yeah, nerfing down some of the overall numbers on it will definitely help. And yeah, as well, it's made built for a lot of ability-based hunters, and so knocking that down will also help the mid-mage issue. Phalanx has lost 10 physical prots, so this item, I believe you get 21 from the passive, so it's still a 61 phys prot item. That's still very competitive, gives you all the attack speed, the minion buffs, all that kind of stuff. This item's still going to be really strong. It's basically a better Berserker shield in the applications where it's good, which is basically solo lane boxing matchups. Probably still going to be very popular. Basic attack warriors are still super good at the moment, so I don't expect Phalanx to be like completely unbuildable after this. Conduit Gem, they have increased the true damage per stack from 1 to 2. So they say here in the 11.2 main patch, we decreased the amount of time to stack in half. Our prediction was that doubling the efficiency of this item would make it insanely good. However, there was much confusion on if the adjustment was actually a buff or a nerf, so we wanted to clarify our change by firmly making it a buff. There was a lot of confusion, and apparently the Hi-Res balance team were also confused about it. They basically, depending on how you look at it, they nerfed the item or they kept it the same. They didn't actually buff it, and so this is now definitively a buff. It stacks twice as fast for the same amount of value. So yeah, the Conduit Gem definitely going to be a lot better now. It's already really nice on certain specific niche picks like Janus or whatever to get your early game clear ramped up a little bit, especially on those first buffs. And so yeah, expect to see quite a bit more Conduit Gem. Archmage's Gem also got buffed. Gem of Focus has always been a relatively strong pickup. It's just a little bit specific. So yeah, probably expect to see quite a bit more Conduit Gem. Thanatos, they have taken 5 penetration off of his 2 all ranks. Thanatos, a very sticky meta pick. He's basically been dominating ranked for, I don't know, a year at least. I think it was at some point in year 10, like early year 10, when he kind of rose to prominence, and he's basically been dominating ranked ever since then. This is a sensible nerf as well, lowering the penetration on this. Like, it is a lot of penetration that you get like 35 at max rank with this. I level this first. I don't know how other Thanos players play. Sorry, not first. I level Death Sight first, obviously, but I level this before I level Soul Reap, just purely because that amount of percent pen is, flat pen, sorry, is absolutely ridiculous at deleting squishes in the mid game. Charon, they have decreased the initial hit damage of of Spectral Surge by 10 at all ranks, and they've nerfed the damage of his ult by 5, scaling up to 25 depending on rank. Just tuning down his damage a little bit. Cowan has a lot of good supportive aspects with the shield, global CCs and stuff like that, so it makes sense for him to just do a little bit less damage. Bellona stands among the best of the best when it comes to basic attack warriors, and much of that beyond itemization, of course. Yeah, itemization is quite strong for auto attack warriors at the moment. Has to do with the frequency she is able to engage and disengage using the mobility and utility of her ultimate. I definitely would not say that's the problem with Bellona. To be completely honest, I think it is pretty much entirely the build and her one. Like, Acts of Animosity is just sleeper broken, and the fact that it's still incredibly tanky with Bellona because you get extra procs and extra movement speed to chase people down, and you can build a kin size in there and still be really tanky. Like, that's kind of the problem. I wouldn't say her ultimate is the problem. However, I'm kind of fine with this being on 90 seconds. Like, 75 is quite low for what this ability does, really. And finally, it is a small patch this time. They're just going to be adjusting a few things down before 10.3. Thor is getting 2 seconds extra on his hammer. To be honest, I would have rather seen them nerf the cooldown of the stun instead. Like, talking a lot about his, like, late game burst potential here, which, I don't know. Yes, he has a lot of late game burst potential, but also it is pretty easy to hard counter a lot of the time if you see him ulting. If he just stuns you like over a wall with his wall and stuff, then yeah, you're still gonna get bursted pretty hard, but probably not 100 to 0'd. But yeah, I'd rather would have seen them hit the cooldown of his wall. I think it scales down to like 15 seconds, I think, in the late game. 17 down to 15. I would rather see them just remove that component of it and make the wall 17 at all ranks. Just purely because this has other kinds of utility. You know, hitting raw double taps is incredibly difficult, so you're not really going to be doing it without the stun unless you're like a godlike Thor player. And so upping the cooldown of this, because the cooldown of the stun is 15 seconds in the late game anyway, it's probably not going to affect the frequency that Thor just stun double taps you for half your health. It's not really going to change anything in regards to that. It will, however, make him a lot less safe. If he stun double taps in or ults in and does the full combo on you, it's going to be down for 2 more seconds, so he's going to be much less likely to get out of that fight if he full commits. So I guess it makes sense. Thor definitely did need some nerfs. He's been on top of the meta for quite a while. It's been like the Thor and Thanatos show in the jungle for a long time. But yeah, that is bonus balance 10.2. Not really a whole lot of changes here, just some very specific targeted ones to kind of keep a handle on the meta while we wait for 10.3, and probably some bigger changes coming there to like mages and some other characters. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review. I just thought I'd bring you guys a quick update video because I didn't realize they'd dropped the notes. And yeah, I will catch you guys in another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.